It has been a while since we've seen our next guest here, and it is so great to catch up with him and talk to him here. Dominick Reyes, man, how's it going? How you been?
I've been good, James. It's been a minute, man.
It certainly has, and sorry to interrupt you there, but I saw that you were mentioning to me off air that you're now in Las Vegas. Let's start there. What prompted the change?
Yeah, so I'm out here in Vegas training now. I'm with Xtreme Couture with Eric Nixick, and a big part of it too is using the PI, to the fullest. Being able to come over here and use the PTs like Heather and Tara, and then be able to work with Bo on a daily basis. Which is the strength and conditioning out here, and it's crazy, man. This place is awesome, and like a lot of really good vibes. Brad Tavares, Punahele Soriano, like Sean Strickland. Everybody's being hella cool and like really welcoming. So I'm excited about it. Everybody's cool. They work hard, and it's good work, man.
I got word of the move to Vegas a few months ago, just talking to Curtis Blaydes, who I know you've trained with in the past, you still keep in touch with. When did you make that decision? When did you decide to uproot and go all the way to Vegas? Not that far from California, but still.
I had plans to. Well, it's not like I'm not officially like out here full time yet.
Okay.
I'm still kind of trying it out, seeing exactly how I fit and how it is. So far, it's been great, but I had this plan after since before my last fight. So win or lose in the last fight, I was going to come out here and start training. So
okay,
yeah,
interesting.
It was time for me to find more guys that are a higher level on a regular basis. You know what I mean? Out in the high desert, it's hard to find. I'm like the only guy in the UFC out there besides my brother, so it's kind of tough to get real good reps, quality reps.
That's good. And I know one familiar face out there that I know trains a bit in Vegas is Sean Strickland. I guess, do you see him there in the gym? Because he trains at both Xtreme and Syndicate, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm not 100% sure, but I see him at Xtreme all the time. And yeah, man, he's very excited. So yeah, it's going to be good.
Let's talk about the Jiri fight. One of the candidates for fight of the year. I mean, I know it didn't last as long as people would sort of want, but it was an amazing fight. Just your biggest takeaway from that fight. I thought it was a fight that could have gone either way at a certain point. Like you guys you put it all on the line in that fight.
Yeah. Yeah, man. It was one of those like hard, grueling fights that everybody saw me put everything on the line. Everybody saw him put everything on the line. And at the end of the day, it's just all about respect. It was a big fight for me to build my legacy. You know what I mean? To have those crazy fights and those tough fights where it looks like I'm out, but I'm still fighting. You know what I'm saying? It was important for me to prove to myself as well that I guess I still kind of got it. That I'm still willing to go out there and jump in the fire. You know what I mean? I proved it to myself in that fight, and it felt good, man. It didn't go my way. Obviously, I could have done some things better, but it's part of the process. I'm out here now. I'm making those adjustments, and I'm having fun with it, man. I took a good amount of time off. That was a wild, brutal fight. We're light heavyweights, so each punch takes a lot more out of you. So took some time to heal up, and now I'm out here training, man, and it's going great.
Did you know he was out in the fight? Like he even admitted it after the fact that he was out for like momentarily, and then somehow he came. Like he's immortal at this point. I don't know. He's like a zombie or something. The fact that because you hit him really hard, and then the fact that he was able to come back.
Yeah, I upkicked him like really hard, and he went out fully. And I knew he was out, but I couldn't move properly because the way he fell on me, like kind of like it made it so I couldn't like advance position or like take advantage of it. But hey, man, the guy's fucking a beast. He did his thing. For me to fight guys like Jiri, it's everything, man. I'm trying to fight the best guys in the world, and guys that are good human beings that are down with the cause. He's a samurai, man. He's got the warrior spirit all the way around, and I got nothing but respect for the guy. It's one of those things where we looked at each other in the pre-fight face-off, and I knew it was going to be a great fight, man. It was just like I was looking him in the eyes, and we were just standing there looking at each other, and I'm like, yeah, this is going to be freaking awesome, man. This is going to be one of those. We're not going to quit. Like, I know I'm not going to quit. Looking in his eyes, I know he's not ever going to quit, and I was like, hell yeah, this is going to be a good fight, man. That's what I'm looking for, man. Those guys that are willing to die for it,
Yeah. No, I agree. It was a phenomenal fight. So after the fight, how long was the recovery time? Because I know you took a bit of damage in that one. So did he, actually. I mean, it wasn't like nobody got out of that unscathed. So
Yeah.
how long was the recovery time after that?
Yeah. So I took was like 2 months just to heal my superficial injuries, as well as like brain injuries and things like that. And then I got knee surgery, so I had to take another month or two for that. So it's been about 4 months off, which is really not that much considering the damage that was done. But yeah, man, I took time off. I wasn't going to the gym and like trying to be like, oh, I need to keep training. I was like, bro, I actually have to heal. Like, actually let my mind and like, this is real shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to be able to talk to my grandkids when I'm older. You know what I'm saying? So. Yeah. It's just part of the process, man. I could be a macho man about it and be like, nah, I'm good. I'm in the gym. Like, nah, man, I'm healing up. This shit's real life, bro, and you gotta heal.
No, good on you, though. I mean, we've seen fighters come back a little too soon, and the fact that you were able to recognize that means two things. Number one, you're a smart guy, and two, you got people around you who know you well, right? Because I mean, that's the last thing you want is to jump back in there and not be 100%, and then you're on the wrong end of another bad fight, right?
Absolutely. I mean, not just that, longevity. Life longevity, man. Can't take too many. I mean, what I've had 2 in a row. Some real concussions back to back. So, I just got to, be smart about it, take my time, rebuild properly and come back as a freaking force, man. That's where I'm at right now, is just rebuilding and enjoying it again. Training without being in camp it's this blessing, man. Like, when you're in the UFC, you're always in camp. And it's kind of hard to, like, take time to, like, grow and do different things that you didn't really think about before.
You've kind of gone, I don't want to call rogue, but I know you sort of pop in here and there on social media. Was that kind of by design? Because, obviously you get the moron fans who are like, oh, 3 straight losses, when they're not looking at the fact that, Dom, I got to be honest here, I don't know who's had a tougher schedule in the last 3 fights than you. Jon Jones, Jan Blachowicz, and Jiri Prochazka. It's pretty crazy.
Looking back on it, man, shoot. Yeah. I went full on, and there was guys like not a lot of people knew about, you know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't like it was Jan has been in the division forever, obviously. He's a great fighter, great striker, but a lot of people have discounted him over the years, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And then they don't realize how good he really is. And even me myself, going into that fight, I was like, this is going to be tougher than the Jon fight because his technical ability, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And going into Jiri, I mean, I didn't really know much about Jiri. I just knew he was a tough dude, man, and he had a great fighting spirit, and he trained extremely hard. He had the look, he good athleticism. It's gonna be a great challenge, both really athletic guys, and yeah, I had a tough little three fight little schedule there, but that's what I want to do, man. I want to fight the best guys either way, like.
Yeah. And I mentioned the social.
Don't fight the best.
And I was going to say, I mentioned the social media thing. I guess just, in general, it's kind of, I'm like this too. I try and stay off a little bit because it gets consuming, and there's a lot of people on there that don't need to give their opinion when you post something, right? So I imagine that was kind of by design, right?
Yeah, so definitely, I definitely took a hiatus from social media, mainly Twitter. Twitter is the most toxic of all. You could be completely anonymous in Twitter. There's no really. You could comment and say whatever you want about anyone, about anything, and I don't really see a need to interact with a whole lot of people on Twitter anyway, so it's whatever. And with Instagram, I just post things that make me happy and make me laugh, and if you're not with it, then don't follow. But I don't make, like, I don't know, I don't make it about fighting too much on social media because that's my job, it's not who I am, it's my job.
Yeah, no, well said. Got to get your thoughts. You of all people, because you fought the guy, Jon Jones, and you're also in Vegas as well. Your reaction to hearing, after the Hall of Fame ceremony. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So you were here when it happened. Just your reaction to Jon getting arrested again and some of the allegations that came out after the fact.
It's sad, man. It's crazy as heck. It's super freaking crazy, man. Like, it's terrible that it's a domestic situation and his kids were there and they saw, and that's the worst part about the whole thing. You know what I mean? But the guy needs help. He's got serious shit going on, man. My first thought was, what? Like what? you guys are fucking with me. Like, sorry, excuse my language.
No, swear away. It's good. We're an uncensored show here. It's all
Like,
good.
when somebody told me in the morning, I was at a meet and greet, and they told me, "Oh, did you hear Jones got arrested last night?" I'm like, "What? Like, are you serious?" They're like, "Yeah, he got arrested." Da, da, da. I'm like, "Oh, so that's why he's not at the meet and greet."
Yeah, that's crazy. Well, you mentioned some of the allegations there. There's some thought now this should be the final straw, right? Especially if he's found guilty of domestic violence. Do you think that if he is found guilty, the UFC could potentially cut him? I know he's a big superstar and he's done all this great stuff in the cage, but I mean, we're talking serious stuff here. You look at other sports, they don't really have they sort of have a zero tolerance policy for that type of stuff.
Yeah, that's definitely not okay. I mean, you can't. It's not a good look for anyone involved. You know, whether it's the organization, whether it's Jon, whether it's his family, no matter what, it's all bad, man. And this isn't his first offense, but you know, that's up to the organization to decide. I mean, me personally, I have like that little, you know, just keep this guy around so I could beat him up again, kind of thing. But overall, it's not a lot of words on it, man. It's just not a good look overall.
Yeah,
you know,
well said.
You know, being one of the greatest of all time and doing all that, like, man, get over it already. Whatever it is that's that chip on your shoulder, whatever it is, that's just get over it, man. You're one of the best fighters in the world. Like, what do you? I don't understand. I got no words, man. I really don't understand why or anything about it.
Yeah,
complete opposite of the way, you know, I think. So I can't even put myself in that kind of like mindset. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I agree. On that note, you mentioned you'd want to fight Jon again. It doesn't look like Jon's going to go back to 205. Would you ever go up to heavyweight and fight him?
Well, as my body changes and adapts, you know, I'll gain more weight and become a bigger person overall. You know, maybe I'll end up in the heavyweight division by the end of this whole thing. But right now, man, I'm a light heavyweight, and that's what it is. But he was talking about all of a sudden going back to light heavyweight. I don't know, man, this guy.
We'll see. It changes every week type thing. Just back to Xtreme Couture. What was the connection there as far as you training? Did you know Eric Nixick, or how did you end up saying, because I know you can't just show up and be like, I'm part of the team. Like, how did that work?
So I contacted Eric after my fight, and we sat down and we had a long talk, and he just offered his, you know, whatever he can do to help me. And, you know, it was having someone at his level that's willing to just help me the way he is. It means a lot, you know?
Mm-hmm. No, absolutely. And are you staying at like an Airbnb, or how are you? Because I don't believe you sold your house. Have you in California?
No, I haven't sold my house yet.
No, it's good real estate now. I'd keep it, right? It's nice and California.
Keep it for sure. But yeah, I'm just in a condo in Vegas. Ended up getting a fully furnished spot, so it worked out nicely.
With air conditioning, that's the important thing, right? So
yes,
there you
go.
Important. Yeah, that's key.
I'm actually sitting outside. It's freaking super nice.
I'm super jealous. It's pouring rain here in Vancouver. Actually, I'm not that far away from you, but flight-wise, I'm like 2 hours. So anyways, got to get your pick. Light heavyweight title fight. Jan Blachowicz, Glover Teixeira. Who do you like in that one?
That's a good fight. Man, this is like that's a hard one because they're like almost the same. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. I think Glover has a little bit better grappling and Jan has a little bit better hands. I don't know. This is a pick 'em. I'm gonna go with Jan.
So the obvious question: when are you looking to return? You've had some time off. You know, we're coming into end of the year, so to speak. Do you have sort of a timetable for your next fight? Yeah,
I'm not fighting till at the earliest, like February, mid-February.
Nice.
Like I said, I gotta take care of my brain a little bit here.
Oh, good call, man. Okay, that's great. Did Curtis Blaydes invite you to his wedding?
He did.
That's good. So you're flying out. You know, he forgot to invite Usman, and he was kind of joking with me the other day about it. So no Usman brothers at Blaydes' wedding. So.
Oh, he forgot to invite him.
Yeah, he did. He laughed about it though. I'm sure Usman thought it was funny too. So it was kind of funny because Curtis told me like he's got people coming up from Illinois, and it's a smaller wedding. He said like 100 and something people, right? So.
I mean, that doesn't sound that small, but
small. Well, compared, I mean, there's some people who do like 500 person weddings, so I don't know. It's decent size, I'd say. Yeah, there you go. So, are you're not in the wedding party though, right? You're just invited.
No. I'm there for the fun.
That's good.
I had his mother-in-law in Vegas last week.
Oh, cool.
2 weeks ago.
Okay, yeah. That's good. Back to you. When are you? Like, is there any sort of opponents you're looking at, or do you kind of want to see how the division sort of unfolds come February type thing?
Yeah, man, we'll see what happens. To be 100% honest, I haven't watched really any fights at all, so I don't even know what's going on.
Oh, interesting. Okay, so you didn't watch like Anthony Smith and Ryan Spann or Thiago Santos and Walker?
No, I watched it because I was in Vegas, and
Yeah.
I did watch it, and I was kind of disappointed with the whole fight, but whatever.
Which fight, Santos and Walker?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was interesting, right? I think people expected a little bit more from both guys.
Much respect for each other kind of deals.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When you go out there and you just got a little bit too much respect for the guy you're fighting, and then you don't really pull the trigger.
Yeah. No, for sure.
When they, and you both kind of have a lot to lose, that kind of amplifies the hesitation a little bit, I believe. So.
What did you make of the Kevin Holland and Kyle Daukaus fight that was, ruled a no contest? You would have seen that, right?
Yeah, that was crazy, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I never seen that before. Guy get KO'd basically from a headbutt and then a no contest. Hey, shit happens, right? At least they get to run it back.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no. That's sort of the nice thing about this. Okay, a couple more quick questions and we'll get you out of here. I'm sure you caught the UFC, or did you catch the UFC 266 card? Did you see the Nick Diaz and Robbie Lawler fight?
I did. I had a watch party. I saw that one.
Nice. Good fight. What did you think of Nick's return? Robbie turning back the clock and getting the win.
Oh, dude, that was freaking cool. Like, real scrappers, the OG scrappers scrapping, bro. Like, and they were doing it in the OG fashion where they were just standing in the phone booth and just exchanging, man. It was a very entertaining fight, and I appreciate both of them for that. So thank you, Robbie and Nick.
Another one of your past opponents, Chris Weidman. I know it's been a while since we've heard about him, but obviously another surgery for him. Just your thoughts on his potential comeback, because it's a lot of injuries there, right?
Yeah, man. Just I wish him well. It sucks. That's a real serious injury, man. And I hope it heals up well. I hope he gets full functionality back and everything goes well, and he get back to fighting. I know it's going to be a long road if he comes back or if he wants to come back. I know he does. He's a competitor, but take your time, do it right, and come back stronger.
You mentioned kind of being off social media. Have you been seeing what's going on with Conor McGregor and him sort of tweeting all these fighters and getting all these different beefs? Have you been seeing any of that?
I've seen a couple of them, but it wasn't. I'm not on Twitter, so I just see like random news headlines and stuff, and I'm just like, man, these guys are crazy, man. Like,
yeah,
it reminds me of someone that just needs to be in the center of all the attention all the time, and if they're not, then they do pretty much anything to get that. Look at me, look what I'm doing. Mm-hmm. Oh, you didn't forget about me. Oh, this guy won the championship. Well, I'm the real champ. Like, what's wrong with you, man? Like, just be happy for other people and enjoy your life, man. Yeah. But whatever.
Did you watch Jake Paul and Tyron Woodley?
I did not.
Oh, wow. Okay. That's interesting. I mean, look, I don't blame you. I mean, a lot of people are kind of like, I'm not going to support this, but it's weird how things are trending, right? Like we're seeing these YouTube guys come in here and bring a whole new audience because they're kind of catering to a younger fan base, right?
Well, yeah. And it's just kind of the way they're setting it up is like they're catering to like everyone that isn't a combat sports fan. So they'll have like concerts during the shows and all these famous hip hop artists or whatever on the cards. And yeah, I guess they're catering to a younger audience, just trying to find the everyone audience. They're like trying to get everyone involved in that.
Yeah, no, it's true. And sort of my last question, how many more fights do you have left on your contract? Do you know?
I believe I have like 6.
Oh, good. Oh, so you got a lot. So you must have re-signed. Was it before the last fight, or was that just a long contract a couple fights ago?
I believe it was before Jones.
Oh, wow. Oh, so they well, that's awesome, man. That's a lot of fights on a contract. So good for you, man.
Oh yeah. My dream and my goal is to retire with the organization. So
yeah,
I'm doing.
Yeah, because I was going to ask you, like we talked about the strength of schedule there. I know it's 3 losses, but you're not really worried, I wouldn't think, because people like watching you fight. Like they give more lenience and more rope to A, level of competition, and B, the fight style. Like you've never been in a boring fight. It's like almost impossible.
That's the goal. That's the goal, my friend. Like when I'm done, all there's going to be is, the memory of all my fights and how I fought and what I did. I've always wanted to be remembered. At the end of the day, I just want to be remembered, just like Ali used to say. I just want to be remembered, man. And that's what I'm aiming for. I'm sacrificing everything for it, and I got no problems with it at all. yeah, it's just my fight style. I from the beginning, I chose this fighting style. You know, I wanted to be the guy that is exciting. Whether I win or lose, it's going to be a fight we remember. It's going to be a fight that my opponent remembers for the rest of their life as well. So, when you're exciting and you love to fight and you do your thing and you excite the crowd, and I really enjoy dealing with the fans and talking to the fans. Just it's the trolls and the fake fans and the not. It's just like, come on, man, like get a life. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I totally know what you mean. I get harassed on social media, and I'm not even as famous as you are. So there you go. It's nuts. This interview's a little bit different this time around because I don't see the cool Nintendo neon sign. Are you getting in any gaming while you've been out in Vegas?
I actually am still gaming. I brought my PS4 out here, for the downtime, getting some little Warzone in and playing Batman. I've been playing Batman these days.
Nice, good for you.
Great game.
It's awesome.
And yeah, man,
good stuff.
Chilling, enjoying it.
You got your priorities straight, Dom. Video games are important for everyone, right? I agree. So I even get some time in there as well.
100%.
Yeah, that's awesome. Dom, thanks so much for doing this, man. I know you're a busy guy. Anyone you want to thank, any sponsors, any social media, anything like that, I'll give you the last word.
Yeah, I want to say thank you to you for having me on the show, bro. It's been a minute, and I know I'm kind of hard to get a hold of that time.
But we got you. It's good. I tried. How many text messages I send you? Probably like, I don't know, 6, 7. We figured it out, but you made time. You're here. That's all that matters.
Oh, yeah, man. And I want to thank Mojave Cannabis Company, taking care of me and keeping me healthy and my mind good. The PI, Bo, Tara, Heather, Xtreme Couture, the whole squad, Eric and everybody involved. Cobra Kai back home. I still love you guys. I'm going to be there soon to train. And then, my family and friends and everybody else that's involved in the journey, man. It's a long road, and I appreciate you guys for being here with me.